standing here with Doug Lombardi of Valve in the last dying minutes of this party here with EA partners, and to talk about Half-Life 2. The orange box and the black box has us very excited, and I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an exciting time for us at Valve to be working on multiple projects that are so different with Team Fortress 2, Portal, and Episode 2. Sort of like being a kid in a candy shop where every day you can play any one of these great games and watch them being built.
Speaking of that, why isn't it released like separate games?
That was a conscious choice that we made, and sort of looking at our history of sort of packaging products a little differently. The original Team Fortress Classic was released with Half-Life 1 and Game of the Year edition, and that worked out really well for us. At that time, we could have done Team Fortress Classic as an add-on pack or as a separate product, but we found from doing that the two were more powerful together than perhaps they would have been separated. Similarly, Counter-Strike Source was originally released with Half-Life 2, and that obviously had a very positive effect for us as well. And then Counter-Strike Source was so big that later on we decided to release that separately as well. So from looking at those and then looking where development was heading with these, it sort of became a natural choice to put the three together. And the orange box and the black box are just monikers for us to sort of talk about the collection in new ways rather than saying this is our greatest hits from a couple years ago, which isn't what this product's all about.
Of course, the game was playable on Xbox 360 here tonight, and it's also coming on PlayStation 3. How has it been developing for those two platforms?
Well, we're doing the PC version and the 360 version internally, and we're working with a studio with EA in the United Kingdom. And they're a very smart team. We spent time looking with EA's internal studios and external studios to find a fit for working with our teams, and we feel like we've got a really good pipeline worked out now, moving Source to the Xbox a couple years ago for Half-Life 2, and then to 360 internally, and then making that code modular enough to make the transition in a somewhat elegant fashion there. And now once we've got the engine up and running, a lot of our games are sort of, in a way, like mods where the content drops into the engine. So once you're live on the platform with the engine, the other games sort of come and follow more naturally. And so, you know, we've done a lot of the hard work now to sort of be multi-platform ready. And so hopefully this is a pipeline that will not only extend to the orange box, but also products that come afterwards.
So what if someone is a little bit worried about the PlayStation version that you're not involved, what can you say to them to reassure them? Oh,
I mean, the PlayStation version is coming along really, really well. We're very pleased with the progress those guys are making, and recently saw a build just last week that was sort of an update of what they were doing, and they're making great strides to get everything on screen and render things without any compromise whatsoever. We're at a sweet point in the console's lifetime right now where the next-gen consoles are new and powerful enough that they're sort of in step with the PC, that unless you're playing on the very highest-end PC, you know, the experiences of what you see are going to be really, really parallel. So, you know, that's really promising for us, and we're pretty happy about the way things are going there. You know, for us right now, it's sort of put out great products, make them as even as we can, and we'll see which platform, you know, people gravitate to. For us, we want to make it a choice of which platform you like, not which version is the good version or the bad version. We've had a pretty strong history, I think, of killing versions with Half-Life 1 that were headed to the Mac and to the Dreamcast that weren't up to our standards. So, you know, should it not make it, it won't be offered to customers. But we feel like all three versions are going to make it, and that they're all going to come out either simultaneously or very close to one another this fall.
This fall, can you guarantee that?
Nothing is guaranteed with Valve on timing, but hopefully quality is always the guarantee, and we feel that that's the more important one to hit. So that's the one we use as the first and really the only deciding factor. Is it good enough yet?
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Good to see you again.